All right, y'all. All right, y'all. All right, y'all, man. Hey, welcome to another Bringitouttv, man. First of all, we give all honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah. What some people may say Yeshua, some people may say Yahashua, some people might say Ahaya, but I call him Yahweh Shah in the Pele Hebrew. This your brother Eleazar, man. And man, like brother Jay-Z said, let me reintroduce myself, man. Been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been live with you guys, man. And I just want to say all praise and glory, honor to the Most High God, man, because it's something that you have to get right with yourself and just be honest with yourself. And so we are hopefully, man, going forward, man, we could be getting ready to drop some real explosive content, man. I got a good one today with my brother over there at God Logic. And Captain Tazaryach, the IUSBK, man. We just gonna kind of go into today's video a little bit, man. Shout out to them brothers, man. They had a real good dialogue and debate about is Jesus God, and we gonna kind of go over it. You know, man. We gonna kind of explore some of the things. I'm not gonna go into the video in depth, man. If you want to watch the full content of the videos, go over there to God Logic or Brother Captain Tazaryach channel and finish watching the video. But we're gonna kind of go into some things, some details, and see why some of these things are prevalent and why some of these same discussions, shalom, baby. While some of these conversations are still going on after 1700 years. We'll go into some of the early councils of the Council of Nicaea and see where some of these debates coming from. You see the title, where do these debates come from? And we still having these dialogues over 1700 years later. And that just, for me, just shows you how true the Bible is. How is it a real book? And we still having these same debates 1700 years later. So I hope y'all guys been having all year long, man. I think it's since the last time I did a live show was early part of this year, man, probably about 7 months. But the Most High is putting it back in my spirit. So y'all continue to keep us lifted up in prayers so we can move forward with this truth. It ain't that we falling out for the truth, but we just got to make sure that the things that we teach it correctly according to the text, right? We go into this one West Israelism. And yeah, we are the children of the book. We believe that we are the children of Israel. But what our purpose is the things that we've been exploring. I've been in the truth for almost 10 years now, and my brother Phineas been probably a little before I was. And we just trying to go over the text and make sure we're looking at it from the right perspective and make sure we're not teaching false doctrine and don't want to be held accountable in the day of judgment. So with that being said, man, we give all praise and glory and honor to the Most High God. How many people out there, while I wait till the brothers start to fall in, how many people out there believe that Jesus is God? When I was in the Christian church, I don't know, I really actually understood what their belief was. I heard Trinitarian doctrine. I never heard of oneness or modalism doctrine. And as I study, I realized that there's a lot of things that the church believe in. And we're going to kind of go explore where some of these things came from. Where do they get this doctrine from of Jesus being God? Was it a first century church doctrine? You know, when you go into John 1:1, we're going to explore that. Is that where they get Jesus is God, or was it something happened 300 years? About 300 years. So 300 years after Christ, we gonna kind of explore that, right? So in the chat, man, if you believe Jesus is God, hit 1. If you believe that He's the Son of God, hit 2. Let's have a little bit of chat participation. If you believe Jesus is God, put 1 in the chat. If you believe Jesus is the Son of God, put 2. We gonna kind of explore that, right? And if y'all have not done so, man, come on, subscribe to the channel. Hit them like buttons up, share the content, man, because we gotta get this truth to spread we got to have some real dialogues, because as the day approaching, we see that with all this stuff going on, man, we see that the day is getting close to the time of Christ. So we got to really start making sure that what we teaching is according to the Bible. Okay, I see 2, 2, 2. I see all twos. I see 2, 2, 2, 2s. I see 2 with some exclamation points. I see 2s. So everybody so far believe that and you know, it's probably a biased channel because we are Israelites. So, but if you're a Christian, man, let me know what you think. Do you believe Jesus is God, man? I know the channel. I just jumped the channel back off today, man. So I know a lot of people ain't on yet, but hopefully that this can start spreading a little bit and still have some real good dialogues. Who we got? Brother Jacob too. Okay, I see Brother Jacob. Shalom, shalom, brother, shalom, sister. Shalom, shalom, family. So yeah, I see some 2s there. I see 2s. Jesus is the Son of God, and I'm gonna be right there with that too. But if you're a Christian, man, if you believe that Jesus is Son, Jesus is God, and I understand the Trinitarian doctrine. You know, I'm just understanding what that actually means, because you got oneness and you got modalism, and these doctrines are different. So when you debating this stuff, you gotta actually know what Trinitarian doctrine is. This is a Trinitarian doctrine that they are three three individuals and one distinct being, meaning that they 3 individuals, but they co-equal and co-eternal, and that's where we have that's where we fall off the wagon at. We believe that Jesus, Son of God, all things was created by Christ, and but him and the Father work hand in hand. Right? We believe that Yahweh Shah, who you call Jesus, we believe that he worked in the favor of the Most High God. So we gonna kind of go into this video a little bit. Fair use. I'm on my brother Capt Tazaryach channel, and we gonna kind of go into the video a little bit and see can we kind of explore it a little bit and see what we think about it. Hold on, let me share the content real quick. Fair use. Just is our thoughts and our understanding according to the text, right? This thought is nobody's thought but our own. Hold on for a second. Somebody just came in. Okay, brother D. This thought. Shalom, brother.
Shalom, Mark.
Hey man, happy birthday, brother.
I thank you, sir.
Yeah, man, how you feeling getting a little younger, brother?
What's that?
I said, how you feeling getting a little younger?
I don't feel young at all. But you know, one day at a time, brother.
One day at a time, man. All praises, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, my today is my grandson's birthday, man.
Oh, really? Yeah, I forgot we shared birthday.
Yeah. I share birthdays, man. So all praises, man. Good things happen on this day, man. Good things happen on this day, brother.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. So let's
kind of
go into the video. Have you seen this video yet, brother? Have you seen the video against God Logic and Capt Tazaryach? They've been having a debate.
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay, let's get into the video a little bit. Let me share my screen. Let me add it to the screen. There we go. And like I say, fair use. This is our thought and comments only. We don't share comments with nobody else. This is our thoughts and comments only. Fair use. So here we go.
Created through himself. That's kind of like a.
It's like a little low, man, but it's the video. It's not on my end. It's the video. So if y'all have a little hard time hearing it,
like why Paul called him the firstborn, right? Since he's the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For by him all things were created, in heaven, on earth, dominions, powers, principalities, rulers. All things were created through him and for him. So how can he be part of creation if he himself created all things?
I didn't say you asked. The question that you asked was not the question that you asked was he created?
Yeah,
and that's facts. He's the firstborn. God is not born. God is. There is no born point for God. But we do have a born point based on even that scripture that you just said, that he's born. And then when you keep reading, I think in verse 19 in Colossians 1, it said, it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. So even in the term Father, Son, somebody had to be created, and it ain't the Father. So that even him being a son means he's created.
Okay, so I would disagree with that, and here's why. Because if we're taking like what the text says, right? It says that for by him all things were created. If you're saying that Jesus was created by the Father, then that would contradict when it says he created all things, and then all things were created through him. I guess I would ask, did the Father, if so, all things were created through the Son. Was the Son also then created through himself?
That's kind of like an illogical question, because then you would be saying that Jesus, I'm assuming because you take the position of Jesus as God, you can't fathom that Christ could have a starting point. If it says, if it pleased the Father, in him all fullness dwell, who authorized Christ to do everything?
It's the Father's authorization.
So did the Father exist without Christ or before Christ?
No.
Can you prove that?
Yeah, with the scripture here. That's why I asked. If all things were created through him, right?
That's weird.
No, look. You're saying that he's the first thing that the Father created. If that's correct, then you have to say that through the Son, Jesus was created, because it says all things were created through him.
No, that's not what that text means. That, like, again, it's illogical. That's not what that text means, because at some point there was the Father by himself.
Where does it say that? It doesn't say that there.
In that verse, when it says Christ is the beginning of creation, that means something is creating the beginning, and that's the Most High creating Christ.
Okay.
And then from there, I mean, you want to read it? Would it be better to read it?
No,
because I think you foggy right now.
No, I'm not the foggy one. I think
no, definitely not, because it says if it pleased the Father that in him, that means the Father did something for a son. We agree, right?
Yes.
So if you have a child, right?
Yep.
You exist before the child, right?
Well, that's me. I'm a human.
But it is a father-son relationship. There's no woman there, so it's a metaphor, right?
Well,
is the father-son metaphor?
I would not say that it's metaphoric. You know, I would say that.
Why would you say? Okay.
Because it's a real relationship that.
I ain't say the relationship. I'm talking about the terminology of father-son.
Yeah.
In a normal environment, it's a man, woman, and child. Excuse me, man and woman that makes a child.
In a human.
Like Exodus 4:22 says, Israel is my son, even my firstborn.
Yeah.
That's not literal. It's a metaphor for a relationship, right?
Yes.
So now you have a father and a son. That's a metaphor of a relationship. Mm-hmm. So a father exists before a son is there.
Okay.
That's common sense.
I'll ask you this. Let me ask you this. Was the Father always the Father?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say the Most High always is.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's always been the Father.
He's always been.
Has he always been the Father?
Well, he was the Father once Christ is there. That's what I'm saying.
So at one point he was not the Father. He became.
I would never say that he's not the Father.
All right, that's what I'm asking. So was there at any point in all of history, of all of eternity, that God was not the Father?
No.
Okay. So
because the Father is just, that's why I said it's not a literal connection. The Father is the Father of all things.
Got it.
Like Christ can be, or Abraham is like called the father of our faith. Faith is not a child either.
I understand.
So it's a metaphor. So him being a father is always being a father. On this subject, though, he was Christ's father, and he created Christ and then gave Christ the ability to do the things that he did. He also took things from Christ.
Okay. Like
when Christ asked the Father to give him his glory back.
Yeah. Because
that's a father, separate from himself. So God can't, unless Christ talking to himself.
Let's talk about this fatherhood, okay?
Right.
So the implications of the example that you gave, you said in every example, when there's there's father, there's woman, and then there's the son. Or you're saying in every example, the father always exists before the son does. And so I'm saying in that layout, you have a problem with your theology, because
that's not my theology.
Well, if you're saying that the father has always been the father, then that means that he's always had a son.
No, that doesn't. That's why when I said the mother and father, I was trying to help you understand the metaphor of how it's not literal, that Christ is the literal son. Like,
no, I get that.
Right, but then you just brought that up, so I don't think you got it.
No.
And then I tried to give you another example when I said Abraham is the father of faith. Faith is not a child either. It's a metaphor.
Okay.
So he's always the father because it's talking about him being the foundation. He's always been the foundation.
All right. So
I'll give one more example. Okay. When Christ says, when it says he shall declare our sin in Isaiah the 53rd chapter, he shall declare his seed.
Yeah.
Christ didn't literally have us, even though we know that's talking about Christ. Right. It's a metaphor of a relationship.
Yeah.
You sure you got it now?
I agree. I don't think that you was understanding the point I was attacking. You brought up an example saying that if he's the father, then that must mean that he came before the son, because fathers come before their sons.
Correct.
Right? Okay. So when you said, that's what I was attacking. If you're saying that fathers always come before their sons,
right,
and you say at the same time God has always been the father,
right,
that means that he's always been the son. You're not a father until you have a son.
Right. And what I had to clarify for you is that in that context, Christ didn't exist. But the Most High was always the father because he's the father of everything.
There was nothing for him to be a father of.
Of course, but how does everything start? From the father. The father is the fact. Before Christ died, does Christ declare our seed?
Say that again.
Does Christ declare our seed?
Yes.
And according to Isaiah 53.
Yeah, yes.
Is he our father?
Yes.
So how is that a metaphor?
Yeah.
That's a metaphor, right?
Yes.
So the father and Christ, the father and son, is the same metaphor of a subordinate relationship.
I got you.
Right. So in Colossians 1:15, when it says he is the beginning of the firstborn of all creation, is the father created?
No, the father's not created, and neither is the son, because the next verse tells you why he's called firstborn. Like, for example,
can we read it?
Well, sure, we can pull it up. But let me ask you this: was David the first king of Israel?
No.
Was David the oldest of his family?
No.
But David is called the firstborn, the highest of the kings of the earth.
Right.
So was he the firstborn king?
Israel. The verse I quoted was.
And see that, and that kind of line of thinking is problematic for me, because everything that got the word first on it, or everything that got the that is used, like it depends on the context. And so sometimes when we look at the Bible, we look at it as a monolithic thing. Brother Phineas says, I'll say, okay, hold on. Okay, come the water, brother. I'm about done with it too. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. My little brother always looking out for me. But yeah, man. And so what do you think, Brother Dion? I'm not gonna let it run too long. What do you think about Jesus being God? And we're gonna go into this doctrine. Is Jesus God? Shalom, brother. I want to spell your name. Oh, that's that ATL Mike 45. Shalom, family. Okay, shalom. I don't know if that's but yeah, what do you think, Brother Dion? Jesus being God, we have a debate with the brothers saying that Jesus is God, and Brother Captain Tazaryach saying Jesus is the firstborn. We're gonna kind of get into that Colossians too. Let's get that Colossians 1:15. What do you think, brother? I'm gonna pull up the Bible. What do you think, brother? What is this Jesus being God debate? What do you feel about it?
Yeah, I don't think I'm actually tired of listening to these debates, because it clearly states in the Bible that the Father is. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, I just believe that the Father is the Father and the Son is the Son. Like, you can't get no more plainer than that. It states that, the Most High is the head of Jesus. Right. So, I don't understand where, these cats are trying to line the fence and ride the fence on certain little playing word games. It's really plain to me. Are you?
Kind. We gonna let's get that Colossians 1:15, and we gonna get that that John 1:1. If you can pull that from the Bubba Shot, John Colossians 1:15 and 16. This is what they're going through. We just gonna kind of explore a little bit. While you doing, I'm gonna pull it up on the text too. I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on for a second. Pull it up. Oh, let's go, brother. Shalom, brother Michael.
Hey, shalom, family.
What's going on with you, brother?
Right. How's everybody?
Hey, all's well, brother. All is well. Let's get it real quick. Let's get that clause. I'm gonna pull it up too, brother. I'm gonna pull it up as well so we can kind of follow along in it with the text, because I think some of the things that we have a problem with the text is it's just kind of reading it word for word. It kind of, our pre notions is kind of it blur lines a little bit. So let's get that Colossians real quick.
Colossians 1:15.
Can
you hear me?
Put it up on the, yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, bro. Let me put it up on the screen real quick, Baba Gasha. Real quick, okay. So I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Let me share my screen right quick. I just had to go to it right quick. All right, let's go.
Colossians 1:15.
Okay.
Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature? For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him.
It's a lot here. It's something as I was reading this text, right? And this is our brother God logic standpoint that everything was created by God. I mean by Christ, Shalakia. But right here it says, verse 16 says, "For by him were all things created that are in heaven." So did Christ create the heavens or the things that pertain to heaven? And then it says, and that are in earth, visible and invisible. So he said right here, it says, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things was created by him and for him. So it say all things was created, but it said the things that was created that's in heaven, right? So does it say that Christ created the heavens? Did he create the earth? And the reason why that's so imperative, because we're gonna go to what God first before a light was being created. And for me, that light is Christ, because we're gonna get into it. So let's go to Galatians, and then we're gonna get in a little bit more of this video, and then we're gonna go into where this stuff came from. So let's go to Galatians real quick. We're gonna just pull a couple of precepts. Let's go to Galatians 1. Brother Mike, if you will, Baba Gashad. That brought me Galatians 1. I mean Genesis 1, Shalaki, y'all. Genesis 1.
Go ahead.
Genesis 1 and read to verse 3.
This book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light.
And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Read verse 4, Baba Gashad. Matter of fact, read down to verse 6.
Verse 4. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters."
Okay. So God said, we're gonna create the firmaments in the midst of the waters and let it divide the waters from the water. So we see, and God said, right? But when you go to verse, it said in the beginning, God created, right? And then he went to the water and see the void and the face of water. Then verse 3 said, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. That's John 1:1. At the beginning was the word. And what did God see? God saw the light, that the light was good. And God divided light from the darkness. And sometimes we think that literal as light for darkness. So we think in sun, moon. Let's drop down to verse 16. Let's drop down to verse 16. Hold on. So like, drop down to verse 16 and read that, Baba Kashar.
Verse 16.
15. You got
Come.
Yeah, okay.
And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also.
Go ahead.
And God set them in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good.
Okay. And so here, I'll start at verse 14 and say, God said, let there be lights in the firmaments of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for a season and for days and for years, and let them be for lights in the firmaments of the heavens to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two greater lights, the greater light to rule the day and a lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. So now we see, when you get to 14, that it's another light that God is creating here. He making another light here, but so what's this light up here? When at verse 3, when he said, God said, let there be light, and there was light. So now we see in the light, a first light, and now when you get down to 14, you see another light. Right? So are these two lights like you put in a flashlight, right? Or are this something else in verse 3? Right? And so let's go to real quick, John 3:17. And then this is the way the Spirit shows me about that first light. Right? John 3 and verse 17. Oh, y'all brothers can get it for me.
This is the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Okay.
For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the common condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Okay, so when you go to the Genesis 1 and 3, he said he made a light to separate the darkness from the light, right? But here in John 3, it says in 3:19, and men's love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. So that darkness, the first light he made was Christ. Watch this. Verse 20, Baba Gasha. Dion.
Shalakia. Verse 20. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth, okay.
No, go ahead. Number 21. Go ahead.
But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God.
Okay. And so here it is talking about when you come to this light, your deeds will be reproved. Light is coming to the world is the Messiah. He is that light, just like we see in Genesis 1 and verse 3. We see another light, a first light being created. According to Colossians 1 and 15, it said that he was the firstborn of every creature, right? That light, right? It was the earth was without form. Then you see the light coming, right? Then Christ created everything from that point on, right? And let's get that in Thessalonica 5 and verse 3, Brother Michael. First Thessalonica 5 and 3.
First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3.
Okay.
Say, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Read on.
But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of vision. For God
The
hath
hope of
not
salvation. Shlaki.
salvation.
Right? And so when we see this, these are all similitudes. All right, and the Bible is written in similitudes. And so when you see Paul telling you that you're the children of light and the children of the day, and we are not of night nor of darkness, this reference something else. Just not literally talking about when the daytime, like what we into right now, or at nighttime. Right here, watch this. Verse 6 says, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night. See, he's making a parable to when you sleep you sleep at night. Right? But watch this. He said, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Who are of the day, be sober. And for those who got eyes to ear, this really referencing coming out of Egypt, when God, when the Israelites was coming out, you know, it was daytime and it was nighttime during the time of Pharaoh, and you know, it's a similitude. And so when you understand this is why I say Christ is of light. That first light is of Christ, the way I see the text, right? And so, but what are y'all brothers, brother Michael, what do you think about Christ being God? What's your outlook about Christ being God?
You know, it's too many scriptures that say different. Christ is not the Father. You know, it's a distinction of the two. But I don't know, man. Where these brothers are getting they you know, these new ideas from, man. It's like they adding and taking away from the scripture, man. And this stuff is ever so clear. But I hear them.
We're gonna get into where they get it from. We're gonna look at these councils, man. This council of Nicaea, and this thing been going on for 1700 years. Actually 1699 to be exact. 1699 years this thing been going on. This is a very old argument and a very old debate, man. And here it is in 2024, we still debating the same stuff. All right, we still debating the same stuff. So I'm gonna get a little bit back into the video, then we're gonna get into the Council of Nicaea. Get back into the video, and then we'll get back into the Council of Nicaea. Here we go. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. I want to get to a point. Shlaki. And see, that's the point I was making earlier. Like, we get caught up in all things, right? But did Christ create all things? If he didn't create the Father, then I mean he didn't create all things, and that's what the brother Capt Tazaryach was talking about. If he didn't create the Father, then that all right there does not mean all. if you see the heavens and the earth being created before that light, that means that he didn't create all things. Once the light was created, then Christ started doing the creation. But it's very plausible for you to be created and you to create. That's why we got people like Henry Ford, right? Did y'all hear the video?
I was finna say, I was just finna say that too.
Oh, you ain't hear the video neither?
Con.
Oh, Shalakia. Hold on for a second. My bad. Oh, my bad, y'all. Shalakia, man. My bad. It's been a minute, y'all. Give brother a little grace. Give brother a little grace. Hold on for a second. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna go back.
What the Father wanted, not what he.
Can y'all hear now?
That's what the scriptures say. The scriptures say, not my will, but your will. That's what made Christ the man. Christ is the man because he never did.
So he got into when Christ was at the Garden of Gethsemane, and when he asked the Most High to let this cup be removed from me. That's what he got into.
His own will. He did the will of the Father.
All right, so let me respond to this. So the reason why I'm saying that there's a discrepancy with how you're breaking this down is because you're saying that Jesus in the first place didn't want this, when all the scriptures prior he's saying, I came for this reason. I lay down my life for the sheep. No one takes it from me. I do this of my.
So what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think, and I'm about to do this video, but do y'all think that Christ Christ did not want to die? We read the text and he said, Father, if it be thy will, let this cup be removed from me. Do y'all think Christ was reneging on dying for his purpose, or do you think that something else was going there? What do y'all brothers think? Did y'all think Christ? What do y'all think in the comment, man? Do y'all think Christ wanted to die, or do y'all think that at the end he got a little shaky, like a little shaky that I gotta die for these Negroes? Really, Father? I mean, what do y'all think? Because I'm gonna tell you something. I was in the music industry, and so when we used to do these things or go on the road and stuff, and we'll be practicing like relentless day in and day out for these shows, practicing. And for those who ever been in like a spelling bee or any kind of competition, you know what I'm talking about. And when it comes to the time to do it, butterflies happen. All right, you can be practicing, but when I used to go on the road, every time I went before and they announced us to come on the stage, I always had butterflies. You know what I mean? So what do y'all think, man? Did y'all think that Christ was having butterflies at this moment, or was something else going on?
Hey, so like I think it, like you mentioned at first, man, because I think he was willing to do it because we can see the mirror image with Daniel and Abraham. But all the stuff he did and what people saw, and they still chose to kill over the hill. So that's probably the reason he mentioned that. Like man, when people look how they did me, they couldn't understand what I was saying, but I yield.
Brother Phoenix said a little shaky and needed comfort from the angels, man. All praises. And Sister Latasha said he got a little shaky, but chose. What, a Chase? By Chase. Oh, that's you. That's my grandson said that. Okay, all praises. All praises. All praises. What do you think, Brother Dion? You think that Christ got a little shaky, or you think that that he was like, nah, man, it's time. I don't want to do it. What do you think, Brother Dion?
I mean, just thinking that, his own people was persecuting him and gave him up. And he more or less felt probably like, what is really going on. These cats don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So that probably just brought a little fear to him, but he knew what had to be done. So, I believe he just got a little shaky with it.
Kind. And that shows you the human part of Christ. And by me reading that, it gave me comfort. By reading that kind of stuff, I know we all, since we've been in this truth, we get a little shaky. And to know that my Messiah went through it, man, give me comfort in the scriptures. That look, that if my Messiah could go through it, and he still went up into that cross like a G, I could do the same thing. All right, I could do the same thing. All right, so let's get into this Council of Nicaea. I'm gonna remove this, and we're gonna get into the Council of Nicaea. And we're gonna get into the things that was said and why we having these age debates. And like I say, shout out to Brother God Logic and Brother Capt Tazaryach, man. Y'all hit the brother channels up. If y'all want to see more of these videos, man, about, because they got this day on their second debate is who salvation about. And I'm gonna check that out later on today, most willing. But y'all check the brothers' channels out, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, man, you know, we on the Most High side and we just want the truth. It don't matter, man. You know, we are not those Israelite brothers who just only stick with Israelites. We don't agree with everything Israelites say. So it's right now, let God be true and every man a liar. All right. So let's go into this this Council of Nicaea. Hold on. I was like, I thought I could. Okay. So let's go into this Council of Nicaea. What did I do? Okay, here we go. All right, y'all. There we go. The Council of Nicaea. Let me know if y'all, I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if y'all can see my screen right. Okay, y'all can see that. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Let's see. Right. Y'all want to see that? Pretty good.
Con.
What do y'all? You can stop at the Christian world right there. We're gonna kind of go into this Council of Nicaea and let you know why these debates are still happening to this day. So this is where it started from. As you see, 325 CE. All right, Brother Dion.
Says Christian church called by Emperor Constantine the Great in the city of Slovakia. The Council of Nicaea. Wait. You put it up too far.
Oh, my bad, brother. 1 second.
I'm gonna get rid of this.
You see it right there?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. It says the Council of Nicaea convened in 325 CE was the first ecumenical council of the Christian Church, called by Emperor Constantine the Great in the city of Nicaea, modern-day Iznik, Turkey. Its primary purpose was to address controversies within Christianity, particularly the teaching of Arius, a presbyter from Alexandria, and to achieve doctrinal unity across the rapidly expanding Christian world.
No, this was the rapidly expanding. This was a religion that was growing fast. So if you hear the word Arianism, just talking about Arius, right? Arius was his doctrine believed that we're gonna go into the next and the next breakdown, the key issues and outcomes, right? So this was, so when you hear the word Arianism, that's what they're talking about. Because Arius was against the Trinitarian doctrine, right? So read on, brother.
Key issues and outcomes. Arian controversy. Arius argued that Jesus Christ, as the Son of God, was subordinate to God the Father and was not co-eternal or of the same essence. This view was considered heretical by many church leaders. The council rejected Arianism and declared that Jesus Christ was homoious, of the same essence, while the Father affirming his divinity.
So they think that harmonious, that Christ, look at that word for me, Brother Michael. Harmonious. Look at that word, right? And so when it said you have been a heretic if you followed that Christ wasn't God. So if you hear like on Bringitouttv and they talk about, are you being a heretic? That's where they get that from. They get that from the Council of Nicaea. You was considered being a heretic if you didn't believe that Christ was the God, right? Christ was the God, right? And so you got that word, brother? Harmonious?
Harmonious.
Uh-huh.
It's looking, tasting, or working well together.
Say it again.
Looking, tasting, or working well together.
Right. And we don't really, we really don't buck on that, because we really believe that Christ, God, and the Ruach HaKodesh working in one spirit, right? But we don't believe they co-existence. We don't believe they co-eternal. We don't believe that Christ and God is on the same playing field, right? We believe that the Most High God is above Christ. And we're gonna get to that harmonious thing. We're gonna go to that John 14 as well, because Christ kind of break it down. I'm not going through a lot of text, but we're gonna go through that John 14 because it kind of bring that together, right? Being harmonious, working in one essence. Somebody said Shalakia?
Yeah, Shalakia, yeah. It basically saying eye to eye.
Right.
Agreeing. In other words, being on the same page or one mind. Okay.
We don't disagree with that. We don't disagree that they are one mind, but it's no co-equal or no co-eternal. That's really making other deities of the Most High, right? Keep reading, brother. Verse 2 on the Nicaea Creed.
Nicene Creed.
Uh-huh.
The council formulated the Nicene Creed, a statement of Christian faith that articulated the relationship between the Father and the Son in precise theological terms. The creed proclaimed that Jesus Christ was begotten, not made, consubstantial with the Father.
See that? And
Date
so
of Easter.
So it says that Christ, right, was begotten, not made, right, consubstantial with the Father. Look at that word, brother Michael. Consubstantial. Look at that word.
God. Consubstantial. Let's see. It's of one of the same subject, essence, or nature.
See that? Go ahead.
That was it.
Okay, that's the one of the same substance, essence, and nature, right? So that means him, and the Father is one. It's a very confusing doctrine. You know, in one essence, you saying that he's not God, and then another essence, you saying he is God.
The Trinity.
It's Trinity, right? Which that word is not even mentioned in the Bible. But we finna show you where it's. Come on, keep on reading, brother Dion. The date of Easter.
Date of Easter. The council addressed the method of calculating the date of Easter, aiming to unify practices across different regions. Church canon law. The council also issued 20 canons, rules dealing with matters such as church discipline, the role of bishops, and administrative concerns.
Let's keep reading.
Participants. The council was attended by approximately 300 bishops from across the Christian world. Though the majority were from the Eastern Roman Empire, it was the first instance of an emperor playing a significant role in church affairs, signaling the growing partnership between the church and the Roman state.
And Shalakia, remember earlier it said that this was a rapid growing religion. Now we see 300 bishops from across the Christian world, although the majority were from Eastern Roman Empire. It was the first instance of an emperor playing a significant role in church affairs, signaling the growing partnership between the church and look here and the Roman state, right? And so this is where all this stuff coming in at. This is all this stuff coming in at. Is why we have, earlier talking about how Easter played a part of bringing different regions together. Right, this played a part. Right, go ahead. First, legacy.
Legacy. The Council of Nicaea set a precedent for future ecumenical councils and established foundational doctrines for mainstream Christianity. Its decisions, particularly the Nicene Creed, remain central to many Christian denominations today. However, the Arian controversy persisted for centuries despite the council's rulings.
Right. And so I'm going to get something else about this creed, man, because when we understand, hold on for a second, let me go back into the creed. When we understand why a lot of stuff that we don't have today, it went into, hold on for a second, y'all. Let me get this other. Okay, let's get this link. Stop sharing. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, so let me get this. Council, early councils. Hold on. Let's get this right here. I want to show y'all something real quick. I'm just looking it up. And so this is kind of telling you where this stuff came from. And so when we have these arguments, these are old arguments. These are not new arguments, right? Let's see. Let's see right here. Let's see. Let's see here. I want to show you what they did too. Faith. Okay, teaching. Okay, let me show y'all this one right here. Let me show y'all this right here, because that one didn't have it. So let me stop sharing here. Stop sharing. Let's see. Let me show y'all this one right here. Okay. Okay. Add the screen. Okay, here we go. So y'all see that pretty good? All right, brother Michael, can you read that right there? Condemnation of Arianism.
Good. Condemnation of Arianism. Arius and his teachings were condemned as heretical. Arian writings were ordered to be burned.
And his writings was what?
Ordered to be burned.
So his writing was ordered to be burned. Go to canonical decision right here. See that right there?
Good.
Read that for me, Bubba Shaw.
Says several disciplinary canons were established, including guidelines on church heresy,
hierarchy.
The reconciliation of lapsed Christians and rules for ordination.
Ordination. Okay, so we read this earlier. Our brother Dion, go to right there where it says what is that? Significance. I can't pronounce it. Significance. Read right there, Bubba Shaw.
Can you blow it up a little bit?
Oh yeah, Con. That's good right there.
Okay, Con. The Council of Nicaea marked the first time the Christian Church convened to address doctrinal issues on a global scale. It set a precedent for future ecumenical councils. It reinforced Constantine's vision of a unified Christian empire, with the Church playing a central role in social and political cohesion.
Oh yeah.
The Nicene Creed and the decisions of the council became foundational for Christian theology, though debates over Arianism and Christology continued for decades after the council.
So we're gonna start going into some of these other councils too, but and see that this thing didn't stop here. This was the beginning of it, and so when we look at it today, where brother God Logic from the brother from the God Logic channel and brother Captain Tazaryach from the IUSBK, you see they debating it right now today. That's something that went on 1700 years ago. In 325 AD in the Council of Nicaea, almost 1700 years, man. It's 16 and some change, and so these are old arguments. So let's get one precept that they work in one essence, right? So let's get that in John real quick. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me stop sharing this, and I'm gonna share my screen. All right. So let's get that John real quick. John 14. And then John 14 and verse 15. Let's get that real quick. John 14 and 15.
Book of John, chapter 14, verse 15.
Shalaka, let me share the screen real quick. Hold on for 1 second. All right, like the brother Joel said, quick on the sword. Quick on the sword. Hold on. All right, can you see that, brother? Okay, you can read it. Go ahead.
He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Mm-hmm. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwell with you, and shall be with you.
You know?
I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more. But ye see me, because I live, ye shall live also.
You know?
At that day ye shall know that I am my Father, and ye in me, and I in you. He that have my commandments and keep them, he it is that love me, and he that love me shall be loved by my Father, and I will love him, and will manifest myself to him.
Shlakia. So when you go to verse 20, it says that in that day ye shall know that I am in my Father, and ye in me, and I in you. So these all are similar. These are similitude speeches, right? It's saying that not that we literally in Christ, but Christ is in us, right? The Spirit of Christ, like the Spirit of the Father was in him. These are not saying that we are Christ or he the Father, right? The same way, but we're gonna keep reading verse 21.
He said, Judas said unto him, not Iscariot, Lord, how is it that thou wilt manifest thyself unto us, and not unto the world? Jesus answered and said unto him, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and we will come unto him, and make our abode with him. He that loveth me not, keepeth not my saying, and the word which ye shall hear is not mine, but the Father which sent me. These things have I spoken unto you, being yet present with you. But the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things, and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I have said unto you. Peace.
Let's go. Let's do one more. Let's go to John 15, man. One more. John 15 and verse 4. Let's start at verse 4. Same verse. I mean, same book, the next chapter.
It's verse 4. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can't do nothing.
Okay. So Christ making a declaration saying The I am the branch, you are the vine. Is that literal? That literal that we are branches. Spiritually, we are the branches, right? We supposed to bring fruit into Christ. But that's not literal. That's just that's spiritual talk. That's not literal, man. So to me, it's plain. We can go through more precepts about Christ not being God. But yeah, we had to just and if y'all brothers, get a chance, go check out the full video. I know Brother Dion say he tired of debates. And and I am too, brother. I'm kind of with you on that. I think at this point, it's kind of become like fruitless, frivolous, right? It's not gaining or it's not taken away. It's just there. So what do y'all brothers say, man? Y'all brothers got any last word? Man, it was good seeing y'all brothers again, man. It's been a while, man. Y'all brothers ready to give out? Y'all, and let me ask you a question. So what are we teaching now? What do we teach? If we on the streets, when y'all brothers go out there and teach people, and if so, what do y'all teach them? Put it that way. Like, if you see somebody and you try to tell them about the Bible, what would be your first approach? Is it, hey, you Israel, you got to repent, or hey, you got to keep God's commandments, you got to believe on Christ? What is y'all deliverance at this point? Brother Dion, Brother Mike, what do y'all think?
Thanks a lot. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Good.
First of all, I think people knowing who they are is very important. First and foremost, but you gotta reel out people in with love, man. Okay. I think that's where we, drop the ball at the most. Because it's the same method with catching fish. You don't beat the fish before you get it in the boat. You get it, you catch the fish, then you clean it up. So I think we, Israel missing that love aspect, man. Cause I know when I first came in, what I learned, it vexed my spirit, man, and I had to, calm down. Cause I was, it made me angry, man, learning what I learned. But yeah, I think talk to them, let them know who they are, bring them in with love, then we let them know, to clean up. But
Kind. And I think that it's gonna be a gathering of Yasharallah first, and Israel must do right. My grandson Chase said, "Keep God's commandments." By Chase, all praise. Keep God's commandments and live. All praise to the Most High God, man. You got to keep God's commandments and live, man. All praise. Right. Brother Dion, you back? Oh, he's still in his bathroom. So for me, man, let me ask you a question, Brother Michael. And this kind of off subject, but today, man, let's Bringitouttv. We talk about our topics. How have your life been since the election, brother? Since after the election, man. And Donald Trump gonna become president, man. How has your life been since then?
My alarm clock went out right after. It went out the next day. It was back to usual, man. Cause I'm just glad it wasn't no Kool-Aid left. This is one time I'm glad the Kool-Aid was all gone. But yeah, man, ain't that changed? Same thing, man. That's why I don't know why people up in the uproar. How many presidents we don't live through, man?
Number 47.
And it's like every election, it's the same thing. This is the most important one to get, and they know how to tug at the heartstring, man. The division and all that, but yeah, the usual, brother. Right here.
Kind. Brother Dion, you there? Not yet. What do y'all in the comment board think? How have y'all life changed since the election, man? Have y'all life changed? I know he haven't made president yet. I know you're not been sworn in yet. But have your life changed for the better, for the worse, or did everything remain the same? We're gonna start getting into some of these topics. And if y'all have any topics that y'all want to talk about, shoot an email, man, at Bringitouttv on gmail.com, man. Bringitouttv at gmail.com. Send your ideas, man, and we'll get to them most high willing. You know, some things that y'all want to talk about. Y'all see videos that need to be talked about. We're gonna start screaming on all platforms from YouTube, from Facebook and Instagram, and then we're gonna get on TikTok. Man, I don't know, man, about TikTok. TikTok is a bit much for me. It's a bit much, but the most I put it on the spirit, we going out to TikTok. Wherever some sheep said to be gathered, man, that's where we gonna be at. All right, wherever the sheep are. So what about y'all, man? Have y'all life changed since Trump won presidency, man? You know, I've been seeing some of the things that he's been saying, and I think I'm gonna do a video on that as well. And then what else? And brother Phineas, man, this whole thing with Capt, not Capt Tazaryach, but Elden, what's the brother from GMS? Okay, brother, tell me what the brother name at GMS, man, Shalakia. They've been going at the young brother over there. I almost had it, man. What is the elder down there at GMS name, man? I got Capt Tazaryach. Oh, Tahar. Thank you, brother. Elder Tahar. There we go. And yeah, what do y'all be thinking about how the elder been coming at my brother, man, coming at our brother, Phineas, man, over there at GMS, been kind of going at the brother, not just GMS, but Israel alike. And you know, Israel on the Most High put the spirit in brother Phineas to be that uniter, man. You know, sometimes we need that brother to kick us in the butt a little bit, man. And brother Phineas been doing it with all 10 toes down. All praise for that thing, man. So what do y'all think about the brother? Go ahead.
You was asking about since the president, since we changed president. You remember we had that person that I don't know if it was a lady or a guy, but she was allegedly she was a prophet, and she said that Trump was going to be the last president. And we was like, that ain't true because he got voted out, but now he back. So does that mean that prophet was accurate? And if so, that means we in trouble right now.
Yeah,
because he gonna make it so like he is the dictator, and you know, and it's really sort of scary, but at the same time, it's got to happen. Just like Christ Christ was a sacrifice. He knew it, and it had to happen. So whether he got nervous or shaky or not, it still had to go down. So, but my life ain't changed a bit. Like I said, if anything, I got a little bit more conscious of what's going on, you know, and I need to be aware of what I do, you know. But yeah, we in for it, man. It's going down. So prepare yourself. How you?
Yeah, so let me ask you a question, brother Dion. Who you think would have been preferring the better candidate for the presidency for your take?
Out of those two, Kamala and him?
Okay, you kind of broke up,
or
brother.
out of him and Kamala, or was it? Do I need another choice?
Yeah,
well, out of them two, you know, obviously, I think just because I don't believe that the woman that's her place, I think that it went the way it's supposed to go.
Okay, all praises. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, you know, and I feel your pain though. I feel your pain. And what about you, brother Michael?
You know, this election, man, them folk played a lot of division, identity politics. You know what I mean? Putting the men against the women. But you know, when you really, I never was into politics like that. But now that my eyes are open and I'm looking, if you vote for policy, and the policy that she was running, you know, you can't take that down there and get no grocery with, man.
Right.
You know, that the whole thing was she was running on wasn't even top 5 probably, or top 3. You know, but yeah, man. Yeah, I think, you know, when whatever happened. Like you said, like the brother was saying, man, if it meant to be, it gonna happen. But I've noticed since he been in office, it's a lot of world leaders talking about ceasefire. It's like when Joe and Ho was and Kamala was in office, they just went berserk. But you know, everybody congratulating now and talking about ceasefire. So we'll see, man. You know, it sounds like a peacekeeper to me. But you know, it's sinister in that too. But I hear.
Hey, brother Phoenix said she got another shot. She got another shot, man. And look, man, I just think that you know, the king's hearts in the hands of the Most High, man. You know, we playing checkers and the Most High playing chess. So whatever gonna happen, and this need to be growing our faith no matter who's in office. All right, no matter who's in office, we understand that the Most High got the last say so. And so, you know, but all praise to the Most High, man. There's certain policies that I just could not get with when it comes to Kamala, but I don't have a dog in the fight. You know what I mean? There's certain policies. Both of them got some outlandish things that both of them on other ends that they not talking about. And I'm looking at it could be problematic. But sometimes liberals just go too far. They too outspoken. Sometimes you gotta know when to roll them and when to fold them. But so brothers, it was good seeing y'all, man. Like once again, brother Dion, man, happy birthday, man. Man, the Most High continue to keep blessing you and your family and all your endeavors, man. What you today, man? What you 55 today? What you is?
55.
Man, all praises, man. All praises, man. Most High willing, I can make it to see 55 as well, brother. I'm just 1 year behind you, brother. But we chugging along, brother. Chugging along. But we thank the Most High for every day, man. You know, man. And with us, man, we understand that all day the Most High have created is a blessing. Right? We don't put things in the text that don't belong there. So happy birthday, brother, and continue the Most High continue to keep blessing you and your family, man, and you as well, brother Michael, man. The Most High keep blessing y'all, man. And y'all, man, you know, hey, if y'all got ideas, man, what can make us better in this text, what we need to be doing, man, you know, hey, man, hit me up personally, text me. Y'all see places that we can set up at. Hey, man, hey, hit me up, text me, man, because I'm about ready to get back out there. So just if y'all see any part, if y'all see a spot we can post up at, just let me know. We'll take a look at it and we'll get out there and make this thing happen. If it's nothing else, man, like I say, man, we give all praise and glory and honor to the Most High God. My tagline is that because you said, don't make it true. Because you say something, don't make it true, man. Hey, man, you got to get in this text, let God be true and every man liar. And with that, I bid you with a shalom.
Shalom.